This is Sparky for GearLive, and we're here at CES 2008. Now, we're here with Erie in the Sandisk booth. Now, Erie, you are working with the SSD initiative, is that correct?
Yeah, it's not an initiative. We actually have a business unit around it, so we're very dedicated to that as a company. So this is a fully blown business unit, and we're actually making a lot of progress. So now, actually getting into market, so it's not an initiative or a concept anymore.
Excellent. Now, what is SSD?
So SSD is a solid-state drive, actually taking data and putting it on a chip. Non-volatile memory. If you compare that to hard disk drive, you actually have a platter where you put all the data on and you have a sticker that's actually going to get that. With SSD, we don't have that. We're actually using chips like you're using chips, a flash NAND chip like you have in your cell phone or USB flash drive to store data on a disk. So this is an example. This is a 72 gigabyte SSD, very thick as you see, very small, SATA connector, very, very light compared to other hard disk drive, much faster in performance. You can throw it out, it's not going to break. Those are part of the major benefits that we have in SSDs.
Now this even looks like to be the exact same form factor as the regular hard drive, so it's interchangeable with the normal laptop hard drive.
Drop and play, you actually plug and play, actually, not drop and play. Take it in, plug it, and you're up and running. So example, we took a MacBook over here, just replaced the hard drive, and now it's working on SSD technology.
Perfect. So now, this MacBook actually runs faster and has longer battery life because it's using SSD?
Yeah. It's actually doing a boot time, an amazing boot time. It's actually going to last around between 10 to 15% more battery time. You can actually throw him, you know, if you're working with the laptop, you can actually walk and do work without see the movie moving around or any corruption to your work done, like you have with a hard disk drive.
Now you said that this was faster as well. What makes it faster than a normal hard drive?
Because right now you don't have latency, seek time and latency. With a hard disk drive, you need to find where the file are, you need to move the arm, take the data and send it back to the host. With SSD we don't have this problem because everything is connected. So just, you know, sending a request and I'm getting it back. I don't need to move the spindle all the time and move the hard disk drive, move the platter.
And like you were saying, because there's no moving parts, it's also you don't have a spindle to break, so there's no way that it can like scratch or lose data or anything like that.
Reliability is a very important factor.
Excellent. Now we have seen a couple of laptops here at CES that are powered by SSD drives. Are you seeing SSD as something that will eventually replace all hard disk drives?
I think we're going to get a large chunk of the hard disk drive market. However, I don't think we're going to replace 100% of it. It really depends about the segment and what the user are doing it. But we do see more and more interest, and actually we're seeing more and more revenues in that area. So more and more companies getting into this market, more and more PC vendors actually launching SSD-based machines, and we're going to see it's going to be 2008. It's going to be a great year coming forward. It's going to be also an awesome year for SSD and SSD adoption across markets.
Excellent. Now, what's the largest capacity SSD drive you can get today?
You can get, it really depends on the market. On the consumer side, right now you can get up to 128. There are also some companies doing 256, 512, but that's more to the enterprise corporate market. But I think the sweet spot today is going to be 64 gigs. This, for example, this is a 70 gig hard drive from Sandisk we've just launched.
So not necessarily a multimedia powerhouse media PC, but definitely for a consumer laptop, 72 gigs is all they'd need.
I think for a consumer laptop, 72, 128 is going to be the sweet spot. For a corporate user, somebody like me, where I just need my data, I'm not taking out a song with me, 64 is more than enough.
Absolutely. Erie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, it's been a pleasure.
This has been Sparky for GearLive. Stay tuned for more CES 2008 coverage.